Lower, the Dow's down 227 points, the Nasdaq lower by 65. Americans are feeling a little better about the economy this month. The Conference Board says consumer confidence bounced back on signs of improvement from the job market. And that improved employment situation is one of the big reasons Americans bought more homes in April. The Commerce Department says new home sales rose 6.8% last month. But smaller inventory is pushing up home prices. The Standard & Poor's Case-Shiller 20 City Index rose 5% in March from a year ago. And durable goods orders fell slightly in April, but orders in the business investment category rose, a hopeful sign the sector is starting to pick up. Big merger news today. Charter Communications is buying Time Warner Cable for about $56 billion. The cash and stock deal will make it one of the largest pay TV and broadband operators in the U.S. after Comcast.
Have you had trouble with online dating? This is eHarmony founder Dr. Neil Clark Warren. We've created a new solution, EH Plus. EH Plus combines the personal attention of a matchmaker with eHarmony's extensive pool of great singles. EH Plus gives you hand-selected matches and freedom from being online. Get started today. Call 855-930-LOVE. That's 855-930-LOVE.
With KudaSign, paperless e-signing is a no-brainer for any business that requires legally binding signatures fast. That's because KudaSign offers everything you should expect from an electronic signature solution for just $1 per month. KudaSign cuts document turnaround time as much as 90%, thanks in part to its #1 rated mobile app. And KudaSign's secure cloud stores documents for on-demand tracking and retrieval, saving you even more time and money. Don't think twice. Get KudaSign now for just $1 per month. Go to KudaSign.com.
We supply the words. You paint the picture. AM 1050 KCAA.
Inland Empire weather, we are looking like a little bit cloudy out there through Thursday, actually through Friday, and highs today 77, overnight 59. Currently we are at 75 degrees here in San Bernardino. Looking at your drive, stop and go on the 91 eastbound between the 71 and Auto Center Drive. Also stop and go on the 15 southbound between the 10 and Harupa Street. And through Riverside, an accident has cleared on the northbound 215 at Martin Luther King Boulevard. That is the very latest with weather and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind. Remember, you can listen to KCAA by phone or you can use your TuneIn app. But if you'd like to listen by phone, it's 832-999-1050. No app is needed there. Stay tuned for the Poorman Show coming up next.
It gets real, it's live, it's really live, local and in motion. Every day on KCAA, the Inland Empire's only live local motion talk. KCAA 1050 AM and KCAAradio.com. KCAA proudly presents The Poorman Show.
You were in rehab. I heard that you were in rehab.
Is this like an old radio rating trick or something?
If it is, it's not working.
It's time for
Radio Hidden Back.
Is there anybody in the Inland Empire who can call our show that's actually in the Inland Empire, where we broadcast to? Okay, we got somebody else. Hold on here. Let's get somebody else on here. Hello?
I think you need to get a little angry or frustrated like you did before.
We've been off since about 1.
Why didn't you tell me this?
Because I didn't want you getting upset. I wanted you to continue with your lovely show.
What? It smells like an outhouse in here.
Yeah, I imagine so.
And if I can't run
this is our radio station,
the right way,
and you will run it like a professional.
I can't hear anything in the room, by the way, because I can't hear you guys. I honestly can't. Do you have regular bowel movements?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now what's going to happen.
You really never know what's gonna happen. Here's the Poor Man.
Here we go. I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day weekend. Mine was awesome. I think I partied in more different ways than I have in quite a while. And I want to get you guys texting me right off the bat here. We got a good show for today. My text phone number for my cell phone or text, 949-870-6155. Again, 949-870-6155. I'll be reading your texts all throughout the show. Also, if you want to call in, 888-909-1050. We're going to start out the show with something I did live on Friday's show that I hadn't done 5 years, but I did it on our video stream on Ustream. And I guess it's illegal theoretically because I don't have a medical marijuana card. Video is not showing. Oh my goodness, it's showing. Do you have the video turned off, Di?
It's recording. We're trying to get it handled. I got the engineer right behind me.
You know what? Do me a favor and tell me these things. It's okay because I have to hear it from everybody else. Don't hide anything from me, otherwise it'll be worse. Okay?
All right.
Okay, so why do you hide it from me?
I was hoping to get it up before the bumper ended. So
Ustream is not showing. Let's take our first commercial break. Can we fix this, or is this something that's going to be that way the entire show?
We are going to fix it.
Okay, so why don't we take our first commercial break? I'll tell you, coming up, we have got at the bottom of the hour Chuck Gorian from HGB Lawyers to talk about DUIs. Yes, after a long weekend, I'm sure there have been plenty of people getting DUIs. And also, what happened to me on the last minute of the last show we did live, which was Friday. That's coming up as soon as Di fixes your video stream for all 30 of you, hopefully.
Negative items in your credit reports can keep you from financing a new home or a new car. They can even jeopardize you from getting that dream job you always wanted. At Easy Choice Financial, we don't think that's fair. And we're credit repair experts who specialize in permanently removing negative items off your reports so you can live the life you deserve. We're so good, we guarantee an improvement in your credit score in 6 months or you'll get a full refund. It's that easy. Call us today at 888-655-6768 or learn more at easychoicefinancial.com. Call 888-655-6768 for your free consultation. Easy Choice Financial is licensed and bonded and has been doing credit repair for over 18 years. All legal cases are different. Hiring the right lawyer can make all the difference in the outcome of your case. Whether it's a DUI, divorce, or family law, the law firm of Hanson, Gorian, Bradford, and Hanage has the solution. From misdemeanor to felony offenses, Hanson, Gorian, Bradford, and Hanage have more than 50 years of collective legal experience to win for you. Call right now to schedule a free no-obligation case consultation today. 951-687-6003, 951-687-6003, or see for yourself at hgblawyers.com. Do it now. Have you ever wanted to bring the beauty of the ocean right into your home or office? Or already have an aquarium and just no time to clean it? Let Scuba Steve's Fish take care of that for you, specializing in new aquarium setups and maintenance. That's scubastevesfish.net, 714-600-2739. Check out the website at scubastevesfish.net. That's scubastevesfish.net. Get it? Fish.net. Serving Orange County and parts of the Inland Empire. There's nothing worse than a dirty aquarium. ScubaStevesFish.net. When I say Wave Tools, you think surfboards, right? But not just any surfboards. We're talking boards that just work better. Since Lance Collins polished off his first surfboard in 1969, Wave Tools has been cranking out the best boards money can buy for all of SoCal and beyond. Come check out what a real surf shop is all about. Real surfers hanging out any time of day at Wave Tools Surfboards. Customize that new board with a look that screams you. Wave Tools Surfboard in Costa Mesa. Go to wavetoolssurf.com or call 949-631-0887. The crew is ready to assist you. 949-631-0887. Hey everybody, Pat Matthews here. When I'm not doing the production of the new Poorman show here on KCAA 1050 AM, I'm programming my internet radio station, Beatles-orama. It's been my pleasure to keep the spirit of the Beatles alive for the past 13 plus years, hosting my morning show Monday through Friday and running the greatest tribute station on the web. So, if you've never heard us, go to BeatlesOrama.com and click on the player start button. And if you're already a listener, all of us here at Beatles-orama, thank you.
Beast mode, savage, fly shit. Got slam squad money, my spit. Still looking like some misfits. Got bad brains going psycho. Suicidal till we die though. Still stamping hits of vinyl. Drinking moonshine like some wino. Spilling down moonshine, popping rhyme after rhyme. Water walking on the block, only puffing the kind. Cotton mouth, heat game mother. Move weight in a state like a long haul trucker. Yo, this for the hardcore underground, pumped out, dirty club, north side, down south. Every
And we are back here, folks. No video stream today. Yay! Did the previous show have a video stream by chance?
Yes, it did.
And just as a specialty gift to this show, there's no video stream today for our biggest audience, right?
I apologize.
No, it's not your fault. I mean, I'm not going to get on you. You tried. Do we have any idea what the problem is? Why we don't have a video stream? Not that anybody listening on the radio, all three people care.
The screen that you show up on is, John, what was there just now?
Okay, I can't hear you.
The screen that you show up on is black, and something is over there, but we can't drag it over because it's black. I don't know. It worked fine when I did.
Okay.
So I don't know.
All right, no worries. Anyway, so we have some sound here. The last minute of Friday. Listen, it's going to have to be like a real radio show, folks. You're going to have to listen. You won't, and the only thing you're going to miss out is my ugly face, and probably I'm going to be in a crummy mood anyway today, because who likes coming back after a 4-day weekend, right, Di? Who likes that?
Well, I didn't have a 4-day weekend.
Right, you had to work yesterday.
Right, I did, but it was still a nice weekend.
We now have video of the studio.
Oh, we don't need that, John.
Well, that's all right. Just go ahead and show. Why don't you put video of you for a change?
Oh, no.
Why not?
I signed up for radio, not video.
Oh, come on, you wuss. People want to know what you look like. They want to see how hot you are.
Well,
I think you should flash your boobs or something. That way we can have 30 people tuning in every day.
I'm going to do it right now. Ready?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Switch it to the studio. Come on.
John, go ahead and switch it to the studio.
Put it on. Everybody take a look at Di. For a change, watch Di. You see me every day. Who cares, right? Take a look at Di.
John, put it on A.
She's had a boyfriend of 8 years, but she'll cheat on him, folks.
All right.
Okay, somebody else is still getting a blank. Anyway, this is enough of that. Okay, so the bumper music you just heard, we don't have video today, so it's a radio show. What can I say?
Well, I'm on there now, but,
Don't worry about it. It's all right. Also, Trevor the Drunk, by the way, is suspended for the week. So the reason why? They can see you now, Di.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to do something. You have to entertain them for a change. All I have to do is blab.
Okay, I will. All right, let's.
Why don't you flash everybody? Do it. Come on.
I'm not gonna. I can't do that. But
flash them.
I could maybe
flash.
Show some leg. I'm showing some leg.
Oh, wow, cool. I have no idea what you're doing, but actually...
That was my foot.
Maybe I do. Let's see. I wonder if I can see you. No, I only can see me. That sucks. I can see me and nobody else can, but...
I didn't want to... I don't... The girl... I got my hair
What did you do?
cut
Casey
over the weekend.
Fallon said, love it. Ha, ha, ha. What did you just do?
I was trying to show him my leg and my foot got up there, so yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I think you got to show the boobies.
Well,
show
right
the boobies.
Right
Come on. We aren't going to get in trouble with the FCC by doing it on a video feed online. Just a quick flash. Be a trooper.
Yeah, right.
You're not going to do it, are you?
I am not going to do that. Nope.
I'd show my jewels. I mean, I'd show my nuggets.
Well, when we get this Ustream back up, then you can do that.
I actually did it. If you ask Mike Lundgren, the poor guy had to see me completely naked, like on a previous incarnation of this show, and he did not like it.
I bet.
Okay, back to the last minute.
No, back up. What was this all about?
The last time I was on KCAA, I had this great idea that I would call the show Haters Radio.
Okay.
And I would do the show butt naked until we got an audience. So I really did. I had the poor people. People are telling you to flash. I'm getting all kinds of texts.
They would be very, very, very disappointed.
The mad texter says not bad for an older chick. I guess whatever you showed.
They're just seeing my face. That's all. And the girl I went to get my hair cut Saturday, and she chewed on it, so it looks like crap. I feel like, I don't know. And then I got new glasses, and I feel like I look like Elton John, so I'm sorry.
You know, I have never met, you and I have never met in person.
No.
In fact, we were going to come to the studio today, but Trevor the Drunk decided to go to a bar instead. And as you know, fan number 27 also says Flash. Well, he already said it. He said it twice now. Flash, 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 flash. Okay. Anyway, I got to tell you the story. A lot of people already know it. And for those who don't, this is what happened on Friday's show. We had the Cottonmouth Kings. We had our biggest audience ever because they decided to share their social media with our radio show. And we got to thank them. I mean, just tremendous. D-Loke, Chucky Chuck, Brad X, or Daddy X. They were on the show, and they were smoking dope heavily. Like there was a major green cloud. And the video was working on Friday, thank God.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We were broadcasting from Trevor the Drunk's house. I'll tell you in a minute why Trevor the Drunk is suspended for the week. And by the way, do not put him on the air. He's going to call from this bar today. Do not put him on the air unless everybody really wants me to put him on the air. Okay. If I get 100 texts that say put him on, it cannot be from the same person 100 times, by the way. Mad texter.
100
then
texts.
I will. But otherwise,
Wow.
He's suspended for the week from everything.
Wow.
Even his sponsors. I'll handle his sponsors for the week. But we'll save that story. So Friday, on the last minute of the Cottonmouth King show, they're all getting stoned. I'm doing the show. And you have the sound ready? This is what happened in the very last minute of the show, and I will take it from there.
All right.
They wanted me to take a hit live on the show.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
We got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
30 seconds.
We're good at
Cottonmouth
Kings.
This is my career, but what can I say? What career? Last moments with Cottonmouth Kings. I'm going to get stoned live on the show. Just to prove I'm not some sellout.
Yeah.
All right, how much time do we have left, Di?
20 seconds.
4. Yeah, look at it.
All right. Say goodbye, guys. All right.
And that was it, huh?
That was it.
Okay, so
you
what
were
happened
coughing
was,
quite a bit.
For people that didn't see that, well, you saw what happened, right? They passed me a pipe, and I used to get stoned every day, like for years and years. And about, 15 years ago, I finally weaned myself off of it before anybody even knew that there was an addiction to pot. I first cut down just to weekends, and finally I stopped smoking pot. And I smoked once 5 years ago when my fraternity brother from college visited me for 2 days, and we got high for 2 days. So they passed me a pipe. They packed it. I would say there was probably about a half gram in there, and there was a carburetor. They let loose of the carburetor. That's why I was coughing. So 2 minutes later, and the show was already over, I was as high as a kite. And I'd like to tell you it was awful, and I'd never do it again, but I really, really enjoyed it, quite honestly. I enjoyed getting stoned. And so the aftermath of this, and maybe we could even discuss this if we want to, this is directly what happened, Di. After the show ended, and I put this on Facebook, and then I got more flack, because at least I was honest. I mean, I went on the air, and I actually got stoned for the first time in 5 years with the Cottonmouth Kings. Would you have done the same thing if you were there with the band, do you think?
Well, yeah, I would have.
But do you get high now? Do you sometimes smoke pot?
No, but I have plenty of friends who do. So.
But would you have smoked if they had passed you the bowl and you were there?
Well, yeah, you kind of have to. It's kind of like part of protocol to be with Cottonmouth Kings, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
So here's what happened afterwards. And I posted this on Facebook. I said, thanks to my radio show guests, Brad, Daddy X, the Cottonmouth Kings, and there's a picture of us both looking really wasted. And I have 61 likes and 23 comments on this. So what happened? I got the major munchies afterwards. But before I did, my son calls me and tells me there's a microbrewery, because I'm going to Houston tomorrow morning, so I'll be in the worst place for weather in the country of all things.
Right. I was thinking about that earlier.
Yeah, I'm flying in tomorrow. They have flash floods there. I mean, they've had a drought there. I mean, Fred Lundgren, I'm going to actually see him if I can get to him, the owner of the station. But I'm flying in tomorrow. They're expecting possibly tornadoes. I mean, all kinds of devastation. And I wonder who's calling me. Should I answer this?
Go for it.
Should I?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll finish the story.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, Dad wants to talk to you.
Okay, well, all right, that's cool. Put NB on.
Hi, Patricia.
They can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, right.
Hold on, my mom is having I think they're going to try to convince me not to go to Houston. That's probably what it is.
Oh, maybe, with the storms and all
I bet
that.
you anything that's what it is.
Do they listen? Do they listen to you every day?
No, they have no idea they're on the air. Don't tell them either. NB, what's up?
I just watched the report from Houston, Jim. You'd be foolish to go down there. There have been 400 homes damaged. The floodwaters are all over.
Right. Well,
just postpone it. This is not the time to go down there.
Well, are they expecting more bad weather coming up? Because I talked.
They're not sure. They're not sure.
But
it's foolish to go down there. Everything is on an emergency basis there. Anyhow, I just want to tell you that.
Hey, A and B.
Yep.
Before you go, I'm actually live on my radio show right now. I guess you're like everybody.
No, I can't talk to you now. I've got to do some stuff.
But I just wanted to ask you one thing, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to talk about it, and it's good you called in. With Memorial Day yesterday, I asked, you've never talked about your World War II experiences in the Philippines with either me or my brother. And I asked you yesterday, whenever it's Memorial Day, because you've never even mentioned this, if you remember some of the people that you fought with that died. And you gave me an answer for the first time. And I was wondering if you could share that with our audience of do you remember that?
Well, of course you remember. There's certain events in life that you carry with you the rest of your life.
And
people you served with, you remember, that passed on early in life.
And so, I mean, every Memorial Day, does that memory come?
Well, that's sort of a target date that always brings the memories back.
And you were especially disturbed about the country club that you belong to, also.
No, I'm not going to comment on that.
Okay, but just an answer to it. You these memories you carry them with you all the time, or is it just?
No, you don't carry with them all the time. I mean, but usually they become a focus on Memorial Day weekend or week that they occur.
I posted a picture of you in your derby hat when we were having dinner at a Chinese restaurant a couple of years ago, and I didn't mean to embarrass you, but I mean, you're kind of my hero, even though we fight all the time, because you got wounded in World War II, you won a Purple Heart, and yet you'll never speak about.
Did I have my trousers on?
It was just your face.
I gotta go, Jim. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. You see though, Di, he won't talk about it. It's interesting, huh?
Yeah. What are you doing back there? Okay, because you're on the screen, but you're little bitty.
I'm little bitty?
You're little bitty. Yeah.
Here. How about now?
Okay.
I went to the dentist today. I got some new back teeth.
All right.
How's that?
That's
you like
great.
that? Is that real little bitty?
Yeah, it's close up.
Hey, what does everybody think about my teeth here?
We just see your bottom lip and your tongue.
Yeah, my dad. I'm so stoked he called in because I got more response on posting about him being a World War II veteran and winning a Purple Heart, like over 200 likes and all kinds of comments. People thanking my dad, and what he wanted to say is the country club he belongs to doesn't even acknowledge the World War II veterans. That's what he told me, and that he wouldn't go on record and say. They don't even, it's like they've already forgotten. And this guy was in the Philippine jungle. And I don't know if you've seen the movie Unbroken. I just watched that on cable about this airline. I mean, it's an insane story. This airplane pilot in World War II crash landed into the ocean, and for 47 days they floated. Finally, they were picked up by a Japanese ship, and then they were prisoners of war in Japan for the remainder of the war. It was just an insane thing, and I'm sure my dad has so many stories that are similar to that he'll just never tell us.
Wow.
And so my dad is a hero, and then he looks at his son. I mean,
you're a radio
I sit here and
hero.
complain about a radio show when this guy was sitting in jungles getting wounded, and he got malaria and dysentery. I mean, that I do know.
Wow.
And he wins a Purple Heart, and nobody even brings up that he fought for his country.
Wow.
And he'll never tell me anything about it.
It's probably just hard to process. It'd probably be like reliving it again. That's what.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know, who knows what happened? I mean, there could have been some horrific things going down, and there were. I mean, when you're seeing people dying,
right,
all around you, and you could die. I don't know how we got off on that, but yesterday was Memorial Day, so I mean, it's sort of.
Yeah, it's very relevant.
Right, but I got more comments and more likes on that post about my dad than anything I've ever put on Facebook.
Sorry.
And it's interesting how people, the good thing about this country, people say what's wrong with the United States and everything that's going on. One thing I think that's right, and I think everybody pretty much can agree with this, is we honor the people that fight for our country.
Yep.
That's good. I mean, that's people. That's one good thing, is that we all, at least, if these guys are, regardless if the war is right or wrong, if somebody goes over there and is maimed or killed or something like that, at least we're now honoring the people that fight for the country. Whereas back in the Vietnam War, in that time, they were the scourge of the earth. People that fought over there, it was unpopular. Nobody wanted to. People thought if you went over and fought in Vietnam, that it was awful. You were a horrible human being. And now, at least, people realize, you can sacrifice your life, and they respect that. So I don't know how I got off on that when I was about to talk about getting stoned and getting the munchies.
Well, you should talk about everything that you ate. We should take a break. That's what I think.
Right. Well, we got Chuck Gorian coming in. Yes. You would not believe when I got the munchies. First, I stopped at the brewery, bought some beer to go into Houston, that I find out now I'm going to probably die in the plane flight going in there because of the weather. And when we come back, I'll mention that real quick. And then we got Chuck Gorian from HGB Lawyers. He's going to come on here and tell you about DUIs. And he's also a member of the 4019, so it should be good.
So you got your taxes done and filed on time, or maybe not. Now is not the time to panic, though. I've got the solution, and they're right here in the Southland. Wynn Coop & Associates been in the business of serving OC and IE accounting and bookkeeping needs for more than 30 years. Whether you're a small or large business or an individual who needs info and help with trust management, accounting, and tax returns, Wynn Coop & Associates can help. Oh, and the initial evaluation is free. Call 949-851-1632. That's 949-851-1632. Or go to WynCoopCPA.com. That's WYNKOOP CPA.com. Tired of spending too much money on an ad and then trying to find your ad in the newspaper, buried among hundreds, even thousands of other ads? Isn't it time you got a great deal when you were trying to sell that car, that dining room set, that refrigerator, or offering your handyman services? Now you can in the Nickel Shopper. For as little as $7.50 per week, your ad can be seen by thousands of eyeballs in the high desert, and they're getting the Nickel Shopper for free. Call today to place your ad in the Nickel Shopper, 760-646-3654, or go to thenickelshopper.com for all the details, 760-646-3654. The Nickel Shopper. Coming soon to the IE.
I'm Scott Schwartz, and with me, my clients always come first. If you've been injured on the job, I can help. The Schwartz family has been representing injured workers throughout the state of California for more than 50 years. We do it with integrity, and that has earned us an excellent reputation among peers, adversaries, and our clients. Call me at 800-550-1836 for a free consultation. The insurance company doesn't have your best interest in mind. I do, and you don't pay unless we win. Call now so we can get started on your workers' comp claim. 800-550-1836. You don't pay unless we win.
Enjoy and sell the world's most perfect coffee. Javita invites you to sit down and enjoy a cup of their coffee with your family, friends, coworkers, and business contacts, and then share the Javita opportunity. Help spread the word about coffee that boosts your metabolism to speed up the body's fat-burning processes while helping you to maintain better focus. It's delicious and could earn you a steady income at the same time. Javita offers you a chance to make social marketing work for you. You'll be paid to drink and share coffee. How great is that? Call 626-975-0944. That's 626-975-0944. Or go to javita.com/coffee, the number 4, life 315. Javita Coffee. The bumper music you're listening to is brought to you by Stavros. Go to their website, rosielynn.com. That's ROSIELYNN.com.
And Stavros, a band called Stavros, one of our sponsors. It's so cool that we actually have bands that sponsor this radio show. Thank you to all of our sponsors, by the way. I guess our video stream is back for all 10 people or however many are on today. You just got to see my second toe, all black and blue. And is Chuck Gorian on the line?
He sure is.
Chuck,
hey, how's it going?
HGB Lawyers, how are you, my friend?
Good. How you doing?
Absolutely great. This is criminal defense attorney Chuck Gorian, and HGB Lawyers is your firm, and you guys, you're the specialist in criminals, right?
Yeah, I do all the criminal work for the firm. My partners do a lot of family law, divorce type stuff, guardianships, things like that, but they leave the criminals to me.
And have you ever tried a murder case, Chuck?
I have. They're horrible cases.
Yeah, I bet.
Did you get your client off?
No. That client doing life. I've had some attempt murders, 2 attempt murders that I tried, and we considered them victories. He was convicted of one in particular was convicted of assault after he had shot a couple 20-year-olds with a shotgun, but it was under some self-defense type scenarios where he's being attacked by a group of people other than those who were shot.
How do you defend a guy like the bomber for the Boston Marathon? I mean, obviously that dude is as guilty as ever, but I mean, how can you mentally defend someone that you probably know committed these heinous acts? As a lawyer, how do you do that?
Well, let's take the bomber off the table. Let's just speak in general terms, because I'm never going to get that case. A case that has huge, press play, moral implications, terrorist implications. I probably wouldn't take that case because I'm not the attorney. You need a specific type of attorney, and I'm not that guy. On the other hand, I have people I represent quite often that are guilty, but then it becomes an issue of sentencing rather than guilt versus innocent. What is the appropriate sentence, and making sure that the courts or the prosecution do not violate my client's constitutional rights and constitutional protections. So a lot of it is negotiating with the prosecutor and trying to resolve those cases for the prosecutor may want 5 years in prison for your client, and what I think is appropriate is 3 years. And so I try for that 3 years, and the client, obviously is on board because they're the ones that I'm basically speaking for my client. So my client will give me kind of their idea of what they think should happen, and then I try and make it happen through through negotiations with the district attorney's office.
But when you look back at somebody you defend, do you ever think this is a despicable human being, but as an attorney, I look at them differently?
There's a saying that I heard a long time ago by one of my mentors, and there's just no moral judgment when someone comes into your office. You can't do that and do this job. If you're asking me to morally judge someone, yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't have, I live in the community. I have neighbors. I don't want Charles Manson living next to me, and so personally, you do make those moral judgments. But on the other hand, when someone comes into your office and they say they killed, babies, you don't say how many. You don't say, oh, that's horrible. You say how many. And
have you had that? Have you had somebody come into your office and say, I've killed babies?
No, that was just a saying that I heard years ago. But it's true. You really do have to divorce yourself from the moral heinousness of some of the cases that come through your doors.
I would think.
And you guys, Hanson, Gorian, is it Bradford, the third guy?
Bradford and Hanich, yes.
Okay. Wow, you must be impressed that after getting stoned on Friday, I can remember your names.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Hey, by the way, just out of curiosity, the Cottonmouth Kings were at Trevor the Drunk's house. They were smoking out. There must have been, 10 or 12 people smoking. And I got stoned for the first time in 5 years. If a policeman had come by, could we have been arrested?
No, they would have written a ticket. It's an infraction. Now, if you're selling or something like that, yeah, absolutely. But anymore, it is rare to see those types of cases. Law enforcement just don't want to do the paperwork.
How about the fact that there were two minors who were there playing guitar? They weren't smoking, but they were there.
Were they subject to the secondhand smoke?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, then there can be an argument made that that's child endangerment.
And we could have all gone to the slam?
No, only those who were responsible for those underage kids.
Okay, so we won't mention Jim Campanis' name.
That would be horrible to do
that. I'm sure he'll be fine. Nobody listens to this show, Chuck. You know that.
That's why I sponsor it.
I know, exactly. Now, before we get into the main crux of why we want you on here, well, I mean, this is interesting just talking about this, but Chuck is also a member of the 4019s, which is another one of our sponsors, and I actually introduced them in concert at the Monte d'Oro Winery, and that's where we first met face to face. And I was buzzed then, not on marijuana, but on wine.
Yeah, I think everyone was.
And you guys are a really good band, by the way. Chuck plays guitar, and the other lawyer, John, he's a singer. And he has a pretty crazy past, but you guys don't work in the same law firm, but you're both in the 4019s. You're both criminal defense lawyers too. Yeah,
correct. We met each other probably 15, 16 years ago, and we kind of hit it off right off the bat, and then one thing leads to another. He was in bands, I was in bands in college, and so we started jamming together, and we started this project, and we just started as a cover band playing shitty bars. Oh, can I say that? No,
you just committed an FCC violation, but no worries, my friend.
Come arrest me.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I love it.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll get yourself off.
Did we dump that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah, we just dumped
Chuck,
your.
I'm sure you'll get yourself off on that. Okay?
Our lawyer sponsor just said the SH word that ends in T.
Hey, my mom, I grew up on a farm, and my mom always said, if you shoveled it, you can say it.
Oh, that's so funny.
And to be honest with you, why can't you say these words on the radio? It doesn't make any sense why they don't change the law. I mean, in everyday life, we say it.
Well, because you have some government bureaucracy wanting to limit our personal freedoms that some housewife from the Midwest hears it and is completely offended and starts calling the FCC. It's complete nonsense.
It absolutely is. Luckily, we have an owner, Fred Lundgren, who is so liberal. He's a single owner, and that's probably why the poor man has a radio job anymore. Otherwise, I'd be, trying to take the bar exam again for the fourth time.
Yeah, don't do that.
So anyway, we're gonna play a 4019 song before you go. So I just want to let you know we're gonna buff you out good here today.
Cool, man. Appreciate it.
So after this long Memorial Day weekend, you were telling me earlier, and I'm sure this time of year, it's big. What is your most prevalent criminal case that you get, of any kind of criminal case?
And I think it rings true for all defense attorneys. It's DUIs. It's the most arrested crime in California, and I'd imagine in every state. Even with Uber and taxis and all that, people just oftentimes, you're expecting someone that's completely inebriated to use good judgment and not drive. That's what's kind of the irony of this crime. So, even someone who doesn't have the intentions of driving after going out all night isn't going to make a good decision at the end of the night. And so that's why there are these prosecutions.
So,
but you have ways that you were. Listen. I don't know if you can mention what you can or can't say on the air. Be a filter for my questions if you don't mind.
Sure.
You have ways of getting your clients off these DUIs based on the testing. If you get stopped, what type of test you submit to, and can you share that?
Well, yeah, no, absolutely, and I want to clarify, it's just not me. It's any defense attorney has these tools available to them, but oftentimes I prefer when my clients take blood tests because I can have an independent lab retest that blood because there's residual blood that can be tested versus a breath test. You give a breath test on the scene and there is no breath, in essence, that is retained for future testing. So you have to go by you have to pull calibration logs and make sure the thing had been calibrated and there were no problems in those calibration tests, and then you just assume the test on that day for that client was appropriate. Versus blood, I get to retest it, and blood has some interesting characteristics I was telling you about earlier that left to its own devices, blood coagulates. It's a natural system of the body to stop someone from bleeding. So when they pull your blood, put it in a test tube, it would coagulate and it would be destroyed. The other interesting fact is blood can continue to ferment. When you drink alcohol, alcohol is a byproduct of yeasts that eat sugars and they let off CO2 and alcohol. So when you drink alcohol, you have these in your blood, and when they pull your blood, put it in a test tube, those yeasts can come back to life, in other words, and continue to eat the sugars in your blood and continue to ferment. So when they test your blood 2 weeks later, there's a chance that you'll have a false high reading, and that was not actually your blood alcohol level at the time of driving. Now, the way that California has some codes of regulations that deal with scientific testing and how it needs to be done, and one of the issues is there's a preservative in these test tubes that will hopefully keep the blood from continuing to ferment. So when we test it, we test the preservative and make sure that there's enough in the test tube, but also we test to see if the blood continued to ferment. That's always an issue. There's hundreds of issues when it comes to DUI.
So basically, for people that do get stopped for DUIs, they should take the blood test.
That's what I prefer because I can retest it. Because otherwise, you have a police report and you're trying to figure out the factual scenario of the intoxication. What was the blood alcohol level at the time of driving? It's not illegal to have alcohol in your system, and 2 hours later when you're driving. They take your blood 2 hours later and then they test it 2 weeks later. The way the law reads, there's a presumption that if the blood's taken within 3 hours of driving, that equates to your alcohol level at the time of driving. So that being said, if you don't have if you can't retest it, I have to rely on police reports, which are just kind of a narrative of what the officer says that happened.
That's good news. And if anybody got a DUI over the holidays, give Chuck a call. The consultation, I'm guessing, is free, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. And I'm going to give out your number here and tell me if this is right. It's 951-687-6003, right?
That's it.
Okay, that's Chuck Gorian, and it's Hanson, Gorian, Bradford, and Hanich. They're in the IE. 951-687-6003 or online, hgblawyers.com. And that's a public service to everybody who's driving for the last 3 days and drinking, of which I was one of those people. Luckily, I didn't get stopped. But
Uber.
Huh?
Uber it.
Yeah, Uber, exactly, Uber. Okay, so in honor of people getting drunk, we're going to be playing your song Falling Down. The last time you guys were on, you and John, we didn't have time to play it. And explain the story behind the 4019 song Falling Down.
John's a Packer fan. I'm a Niner fan. Every year when they play, we go out and get completely hammered and Uber home. So on this particular game, we come home, and John's driveway is kind of a pretty steep decline. Apparently, after I left in the car, in the Uber car, John took a stumble and kind of woke up face down in his driveway.
And here it is, Falling Down. Chuck, thanks so much for being on, dude.
Anytime, bud.
Okay, have a good one. Falling Down from the 4019. Injured at your job? Abused by your boss? Fired? My radio show sponsor, workers' comp attorney Scott Schwartz, will help at no cost. Go to his website, socalworkcomp.com, or give him a call, 818-350-2658. He doesn't charge you anything unless he makes a recovery.
Too many men are wimps.
Linda Gross loves men. Bet that got your attention. Linda is a men's advocate who has helped many men get their balls back. And she can help you. Her proven coaching techniques will skyrocket your confidence and boost you into action in 4 sessions or less. Stop being stupid with girls, in business, or dump a lifelong problem. Go to themensadvocate.com or email Linda, info@themensadvocate.com. Mention the Poorman Show and get 15 minutes free. Also, pick up Linda's book, Mastering Women, on Amazon. Get the straight talk from the woman who knows.
Hey man, my new favorite band Stavros has a new CD out called Ordinary World, featuring the single 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where can she be? And get tripping with its wickedly great song Mailbox. It's in my Stavros with their new CD, Ordinary World, at iTunes and Amazon. Get it, man.
Hey everybody, Pat Matthews here. When I'm not doing the production of the new Poorman show here on KCAA 1050 AM, I'm programming my internet radio station, Beatles-orama. It's been my pleasure to keep the spirit of the Beatles alive for the past 13 plus years, hosting my morning show Monday through Friday and running the greatest tribute station on the web. So, if you've never heard us, go to BeatlesOrama.com and click on the Player Start button. And if you're already a listener, all of us here at Beatles-orama, thank you. The bumper music you're listening to right now is provided by the 4019s. Go to their website, the4019s.com.
And you just heard Chuck Gorian, criminal defense attorney and also guitar player for the 4019s. I thought that was an awesome segment because people drink and drive. That's the way it is in Southern California. Yeah, you should take Uber, but I've never taken Uber, and I've never gotten a DUI, and I'm probably just begging for it. In fact, last night, I had a couple Dogfish had beers that had 12% alcohol and a shot of Jaeger at Clancy's Bar in Long Beach, and then I drove down PCH, which was really stupid. And then I got stoned Friday, then went to the brewery afterwards to get some beers. The brewery is this real cool microbrew in Placenta, 10 minutes away from Trevor the Drunk's house. And they started giving me samples, Di. After I was stoned, I got samples of beer on my way home. And, you know, it's like, I was at Trevor's till 5:30 or 6. I was so stoned, we started listening to 70s music. It was really, really weird. But, and he was just drunk as snot. You know, he doesn't smoke. He just, you know, he had about 12 cocktails by then.
Wow.
So as you know, we have a meeting today of everybody on our staff at 4, a mandatory meeting. And I told him at 11 o'clock today when first of all, he had some woman, a stripper, calling saying he would be out of commission all day. Then I guess he woke up from being absolutely plastered for the last 3 days and said, okay, I'm sober. And I go, okay, you got to stay sober until after the meeting. He called me and he's already in a bar drunk. And so, dude, you're suspended for the week. I'm not going to talk to you. I'll talk about you on the show, but you're not going to go on. You're not going to tell all your people to call in because it's not going to happen. So you just go ahead and drink. You take all the time you want and just drink yourself into the ground because you are drinking yourself into the ground. You are going to die if you don't stop drinking. So I'm not going to have you disrespect this radio show where we're busting our asses trying to make this something out of this radio show.
I don't know if you're supposed to say that or not, but
you can say asses on the air.
Can you?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't understand. You can't say my favorite word, but you can say that. Okay.
What's your favorite? Oh, the
SH.
The kitty word?
No, the SH. No, not the kitty word. That
right.
I would never use.
I think you can say that on the air. And if I'm wrong, please fire me so I can be put out of my misery. And by the way, Todd, if you text me 10 times, I'm going to block you, okay? And I'm not going to say why you were texting me. It's just your opinion. And you're just one guy. And that's the way I look at it.
So let's talk about your Munchie Fest because
all right.
we were on the phone Friday. We were on the phone Friday, and Casey was on the line, and you were getting cheesecake, and I'm like,
should we
Casey,
should we play the little soundbite of me getting stoned? I hadn't gotten stoned in 5 years. Let's play that one more time since we did this 45 minutes ago, and probably people are tuning in who hadn't heard it yet. So. All right. I got stoned for the first time in 5 years, live on the radio with the Cottonmouth Kings, Brad X, D-Loke, Chucky Chuck, all the guys were there. And here is the poor man getting a bowl and with a carburetor and getting stoned in the last minute of Friday's show. They wanted me to take a hit live on the show.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
We got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
30 seconds.
We're gonna do
Cottonmouth Kings. This will ruin my career, but what can I say? What career? Last moments with Cottonmouth Kings. I'm going to get stoned live on the show. Just to prove I'm not some sellout.
Yeah!
All right, how much time do we have left, Di?
20 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Yeah, look at her.
All right. Say goodbye, guys.
That was the reason I was coughing, is there was a carburetor on the pipe, and so it was just a packed bowl of some fine bud, and within 3 minutes I was as high as a kite and loving it. Absolutely love being high. I used to get stoned every day for years, and so I ended up, like I said, I was at Trevor's for 3 hours, and the Cottonmouth Kings hung out for an extra hour. It was a lot of fun. Trevor hooked up 5 or 6 pizzas from Porky's. And I took home a whole pizza. Anyway, stopped at the brewery on the way home to buy some beer for my son in Houston, where obviously I'm not supposed to be traveling tomorrow, but I'm going to anyway. And then they gave me free samples. So I'm high, I'm drinking beer. Chuck Gorian, please call back. And then I'm driving back to Newport Beach at 7 at night, just slammed and smashed. I go out running my 12 miles. And then I get the major munchies. So here's what I ate, Di.
Wow.
3 pieces of Porky's pizza.
All right.
2 pieces of homemade cheesecake, because I'm doing the best cheesecake article for the OC Weekly. This is from Mascarpone's in Orange. 1 giant Reese's Crunchy Peanut Butter Cup. 3 Ralph's small deli salads. A big pile of Tim's potato chips, both one of the hot variety, one's regular. 5 Snyder's giant pretzels, a big scoop of Planters mixed nuts, a plate of dark chocolate-covered almonds, a plate of March Madness Party snack mix from Ralph's, and like I said, 7 beer samples from the Brewery Reserve Society in Placentia on the way home from Trevor's home. That was my munchies experience.
And that was after running. Wow.
And guess what happened 5 hours after that?
Okay, that's lovely.
I gave birth, folks, and it was brown. And money.
All legal cases are different. Hiring the right lawyer can make all the difference in the outcome of your case. Whether it's a DUI, divorce, or family law, the law firm of Hanson, Gorey & Bradford & Hanich has the solution. From misdemeanor to felony offenses, Hanson, Gorey & Bradford & Hanich have more than 50 years of collective legal experience to win for you. Call right now to schedule a free no-obligation case consultation today. 951-687-6003, 951-687-6003, or see for yourself at hgblawyers.com. Do it now. Enjoy and sell the world's most perfect coffee. Javita invites you to sit down and enjoy a cup of their coffee with your family, friends, coworkers, and business contacts, and then share the Javita opportunity. Help spread the word about coffee that boosts your metabolism to speed up the body's fat-burning processes while helping you to maintain better focus. It's delicious and could earn you a steady income at the same time. Javita offers you a chance to make social marketing work for you. You'll be paid to drink and share coffee. How great is that? Call 626-975-0944. That's 626-975-0944. Or go to javita.com/coffee, the number 4, life 315. Javita Coffee. The music of Casey Fallon. His second album, Atmospheric Disturbances. The powerful melodic energy that is Casey Fallon. On the college radio charts for months, Atmospheric Disturbances. Discover Casey Fallon. Buy the CD at Target stores and online at Amazon.com. Downloads available in the iTunes Store. Get more info at CaseyFallon.com. Bumpers on The Poor Man Show are provided by Casey Fallon Music. Go to CaseyFallon.com.
Okay, well, we got to say goodbye. Tomorrow when I speak to you, I will be talking to you from Houston, Texas, where they're having the worst rain, tornadoes, all kinds of weather craziness, and I'm going there to visit my son, by the way. It was prearranged, and I will probably be doing one show from Fred Lundgren, the owner's house, one day, so that should be fun, either Thursday or Friday. And tomorrow, live and direct from Houston, Texas. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
I'm Chris Maurer, CNBC Business Radio. Stocks are sharply lower. The Dow's down 227 points. The Nasdaq lower by 65. America